wife has been Americanized. My Americanized Filipino wife. That seems to be triggering a lot of people. Let me explain what I mean.
So, uh, I am inserting this after we recorded. I wanted to say Western values are in the Philippines, and everything I've seen JN do is very Filipino. Um, so, if you think that is Americanized, well, that's America's problem because we fed it to the Philippines.
In America, if a woman, if a wife, even a girlfriend, is not happy in the relationship, all she has to say to the world on social media, and especially to the government, I'm not happy. And if she drops the word abused or anything along those lines, the American system steps in. It steps in to protect her against uh, for any allegations that she makes.
Well, I mean, there's truth to that,
And the man's
should.
side of the story is it's all assumed.
But
I'm an evil, controlling, patriarchal, oppressive white dude. And the narrative quickly, instantly becomes me bad, she victim. So the fight that we're having, that's still there. Okay, that's always going to hang over my head. I'm a passport bro. I brought her here. I married her here. I signed all the government forms saying that I will support her for a minimum of 10 or 1,000 years. I don't know. I don't even know what I signed.
Easy to
10 years.
And all you dudes out there who have been through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I saw where
Americanized means weaponization of the male-female relationship to benefit the female, because family court is not a judicial system, it's a corporation. For profit, digging into the pockets of dads, of men. Because, we're in a patriarchal system and men still have most of the money. Now, that's exactly what's true in our relationship.
Support your children.
She doesn't have any money. I have all the money. And
allowance, and I don't have credit card. So everything that I am purchasing, I have to ask permission, and this needs to be discussed. So if you want something, we're gonna discuss it. This is how our
yeah. So that's how marriage are for. Like everything is being discussed.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I control our money because I make our money, but on the other hand, I well, I mean, I send money home to mom and papa. Give you 200 to spend, then I buy all your food, and if you want something, I get what you want, right? Not, I just don't go out and buy stuff. You go out and buy stuff. You go out and buy it. I mean, you go out and buy it. Let's make sure, 'cause I don't want to be looked at bad. So I know I at least spend 800 to 1,000 on you a month.
yeah, because that's your I mean,
That's my
it's-
financial responsibility. Yeah.
that's your responsibility as a husband that you need to finance your
Well,
wife.
and that's I mean, I give you 200 a month to spend, and then I take, I have a limit on myself, and I don't spend. It's the same thing. I don't spend more than 200 because, I think it's. I mean, 200 is a lot of money anyway, in my opinion. But I know you like clothes and jewelry and whatever. But if you wanted something, I mean, I wouldn't tell you. Well, I wouldn't flat out tell you no. I would talk to you about it.
Yeah, but let's go back to JN's. That she's talking about whatever the things that she needs. She will ask that to her husband. Of course, it's a mutual.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it was, but maybe he's doing. But they were doing like, they're split up now, so she wouldn't have. Maybe she's talking in present tense because she would have to go to him because she don't have any money, even when they're split up. And as far as I understood when we were watching the videos, she's living upstairs, he's living downstairs. She was going back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
That was what really upset him, I think.
Yeah, like she wants to go back to the Philippines, bring the kids, and file a divorce.
Yeah, so we're not going to waste the time going through like all the videos. We kind of watched some other channels, and we know that's what they did, was sit there and reacted to it. I will give you the rundown. So basically, what happened? I'm make it quick as possible. Uh, what's his name?
JN.
Jay? No,
Jay.
Chad.
Chad.
Chad to Dad went to the Philippines and met Jan. I don't know how long they dated, but I know it takes at least 13 months probably to get here. Probably happened in COVID because they've been together 4 years?
2 years.
2 years, married 2 years, but all right. So anyway, according to her, uh, when she came, he promised to take her home 1 to 2 times a year, and that was her central problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it never happened, and I think she missed her sister's wedding, and she was supposed to be the maid of honor, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so apparently he must either be hurting for money or he is like a Scrooge. That's what I kind of take it. He's more like Scrooge. Like he's tight on money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, so the ex-wife.
The wife. It's not yet divorced.
No. His ex-wife.
Oh, yeah.
It's his ex-wife. Yeah. So his ex-wife likes Jan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So his ex-wife likes Jan and loves their kids. She gave them a Disney trip. So Jan's parents come in for Christmas and they go to this Disney trip. And while they're down there, for whatever reason, Chad, he starts acting out. And this is his own admittance on his video, he doesn't want to eat some food they wanted to eat. He refused to eat the food for breakfast. He left it sitting on the table. I guess something happened. He goes somewhere else. He comes back. The food's on the table. He tells the mom she's a slob. Jan goes all to tears. She don't want to fight with her husband. She goes to give the child a bath. The mom's feelings hurt. She goes in to give the daughter a bath with the baby. He goes to the door and he's like, how many women does it take to wash a baby? And I guess the mom and dad, their feelings are hurt. They go to leave the next morning. He gets pissed off about it, snatches the keys from the dad's hands, goes and takes the car. Comes back a short time later. The sister confronts him, and she's like, what can we do to make things better? Because if we can't find a resolution, you're just looking like an ungrateful host. And he was just like, well, fuck you. And he just goes on, and they leave. They come back early, and when she gets back, Jan asks for a separation. Jan says she asked for the separation initially because she wanted to shock him and make him see that it was serious, that she had been there. There had been little things of psychological things of abuse, but she had not stood up for herself. But when he went to go tackle her parents, and was doing it to her parents, she put her foot down.
And she's done with it.
And she was done with it. But he, I guess, wasn't really taking it all that seriously. And when she saw that he wasn't taking it seriously, she's now deciding to pack the children up and take them back to the Philippines. So there's 2 minor children involved, and she's pregnant with a third, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So I see both of their points of view. I understand his point of view of American. And what I see is that Chad did not culturally adapt.
True.
That's what I think. and she doesn't. I think she's not culturally adapting either. So they're from two different worlds and they're colliding,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But what Chad? There are issues with the American court system and the custody and the child support. I've been there, um, But on the other hand, uh, children need to be taken care of. I have nothing against that. Uh, but basically, to me, his points are all mute. He was a fucking asshole. Um, Seems like it doesn't seem like she's using him for money. I know we've seen people accusing her of using him for a green card, but hey, when you come to America, you have no choice but to get a green card if you're going to stay. um,
Yeah.
but look, she's going back to the Philippines, so what good was that green card?
True. I
Uh,
think I
he's
think she is really over. Like she's been through with this man. Like she just at the first, she's just keeping it until it bursts and then she's done. Like I think it is not only, but it's mentally, emotionally abused. And she told the viewers that she she don't that the husband will not give her allowance. Then the husband responds that if that's the job of being a wife, like why you need to have a you know so this is also my point of view, wherein Ann talks about the allowances and the money. If she needs something, she needs to ask first his husband, which is that's a couple, like a marriage things, that it's, you two of you will decide. And but the problem with it is, for me personally, um
well, it dawned on me. There was a point in one of his videos where he says I was giving her an allowance, but I stopped because she was being wasteful.
oh, I did not hear it.
Yeah, I do remember that. But I wish he had elaborated more on what wasteful was.
Yeah. Well, we don't know, what's the real story, or, who says the truth. But in my
Right.
opinion, as a wife, of course, I need also allowance. Just, or as a husband, pamper your wife. Like, it's not a salary, but
Not allowance. When I think that's the thing, the cultural difference. When you start saying allowance and stuff, that triggers Americans because they think it's something that should be earned.
nah.
But when you start saying, "Oh, I'm a wife that needs to be pampered," now that's different.
Okay, yeah. So see, it's a culture difference, but as an Asian, as a Filipina, um,
Well, I think
as a full time housewife, of course, I have, like Jn, they have two kids, and she's also pregnant. Of course, she's well, all of us get tired, especially with, in the households, and with the two kids, small kids. And what she's just asking is,
he wasn't paying her to be a mother.
yeah,
That's what it
Chad
was.
told the viewers that why is it Jian wants to get paid if,
To be a mother.
yeah. Well,
I
I
don't.
think,
I don't think that's what it is.
for me, uh, for us girls, sometimes we need to pamper ourselves, like to relax.
Well, and you don't have a source of income.
Hmm.
It ain't like you can run down to McDonald's or the gas station and get your candy bar or something. And that is a big difference. I don't think American men understand when they go to Asia, they want to get a housewife. Okay,
Hmm.
you're not a servant or a slave. You're my wife. I love you. You know, and you know that my opinion is while the kids are young, I would like you to be home with the kids. So it's my duty to make sure you have your needs. Yeah. Um, I'm not paying. Oh, I was going about culture. Let me get back to culture before I go to something else. No, it's not paying. I mean, it's your money. I mean, it's just in a shared bank account. You can spend it if you want. My thing is waste. But I know I'm just went off. Hold on. Um,
But
it's Asian wives. It's customary. And What I'm trying to get out is it's customary in Asia, especially between Philippines and Korea, to give your wife gifts or your girlfriend. Like, don't have to be like a big gift, but like um, a rose like every 2 weeks or a week, or going out and picking a flower. That's just how they're raised by their parents and told that men show them that they love them.
that
And
makes us more special.
yeah, and a lot of times I think American men get um, get Asian women here, and they get into the girl of everyday life, and the little things aren't thought about because they're not used to that. They think flowers are for like special or um, what is something like what I go out and buy you just like a little $10 necklace or something like once a month or something. It's just something like that, something little. They think most American men see that as like for special occasion. Like you're only gonna get that on your birthday, your anniversary, Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's. You know, that's I think what I'm trying to get out. That's it's like a cultural difference, and it's just my opinion that a lot of men don't adapt to the culture, and that's what causes the issues.
Guys, before you tie a knot to an Asian woman, especially you're a Western man, make sure that you need to um, understand her culture, as well as the wife should understand the culture of a man. It's like meet it in between,
Well,
like like
Filipinos believe they understand Western culture because they watch because they watch movies and they speak English. But they don't. They get you get here and you figure out real fast you don't know the first thing about American culture. That was probably like that was one of our first conversations of America.
like well, some Filipinos think that once you get married to a foreigners, it's a milk and honey, but baby, it's not true. Like 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 me, like well, I came from the Philippines. Well, I have a good job there, and I'm well. What do you call that one?
She's a school teacher.
Yeah, yeah. And then, well, before I met him, I'm used to have buying my own clothes,
Own
buying
money.
yeah, own
Yeah.
money, like but when a
She's
Filip
trying to say she's a strong, independent woman.
yeah, but when a Filipina married a foreigner, well, Filipinos think that another poverty will solve because
Solve her problem.
yeah,
Poverty.
yeah, because they think that once we married a foreigners, it can pay our debts or whatsoever. But to be honest, living here in United States for how many months, it's not easy. Like you really need to work hard.
Yeah.
Like once you are the one who work and get that money, you will feel the sense of
You lose your sense of entitlement.
like like so I think what my point is that I think it's the two of us that we need, that if you have problem, like it's the two of us who will understand him,
Well,
you understand her, like talking like explaining, like, if a person will set a fire, then you will need to be a.
She wasn't the first one, but when I started dating Filipinas, um, several of them told me up front, "Hey, I don't want to be with you if, like, if I marry you, I need my job so I can feed my parents, or if you want me to be your housewife, then you're going to have to feed my parents because, once you marry me and you take me out of this household, you are removing an income from this household." As Americans, that is a very odd concept for us.
Because it's not your culture.
Right. But when, I we were together like for over how many? Well, we were together for a lot of years before we got married. So I would go to the Philippines and I would live for her with her family for like months. And so I began to understand the difference in why Filipinos need to go OFW. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or they do marry foreigners. I'm not sure she married me just because I was a foreigner. Um, because she liked Koreans too.
Turkish too.
Turkish, yeah, Turkish. She was talking to turkeys.
Watching some Turkish.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I think tying a knot with a different culture and
yeah,
races is a risky. Why? Because you need to balance yourself, that that you need to also embrace the culture of your partner, that okay, that's his whole culture, this is my
yeah.
culture,
Well,
but
I mean, I understand, and I understand why some men don't want to send the money back, but I also know that you know, she basically she made around 16,000 pesos a month. Uh, I send her parents 15,000 to eat on, and that's like for food and internet, so that she can talk to her mama. Um, I, you know, that is the limit. We discussed about if she won't. I, we do have emergencies periodically, but um, if it's a child, okay, but you know, too many adults start having emergencies. We have an agreement that it gets cut
there
off.
is a limitation for everything.
Yeah, there's a
Like,
limit.
it's okay to give, but there's
Right.
always a limitation. Like,
Right.
you also choose your family right now. Like,
Right. I'm now your family. You married me.
yeah, we need to focus our family
Right.
aside from
Mama and Papa.
mama and papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that a lot of people don't know, and I keep telling people this, they're like, "Oh no, you're wrong," but it's true. Okay. It is the law that Filipino children feed their elderly parents. It ain't culture. It is the law. It's family law 195,
Mhm.
and it actually starts in 194. But the family law is mutually exclusive. Your parents feed you when you're young. Your parents hit about 50. In the Philippines, once you hit a 50, you can't get a job. So now it's your turn to feed your parents. And we were, we have seen, it's not so rare that it does go to court. Um, but it is a law. And I think men need to be more aware of that because I think more and more as more Filipinos get married and they cut their families off. What we saw in Manila is that when they come back into the country, they're getting arrested and they're having to go to court, or they're just being cut off from the Philippines because they cut their parents off.
And aside from that, we have these Filipinos, we have these values, which is grateful for what you did. Like it's
Yeah.
time for us to, since
Little,
you're done, it's time for me to pay you back. Like
little, how do you say that? Lube na, lube,
utang na loob.
yeah.
Utang na loob. Yeah, that's the
Utang na
word.
loob.
Yeah, so since our parents, like, in the Philippines, like
It
it's
is
so hard
culture
for
too.
us. It's so hard for those older people to find a job because there's a age limit.
Well, you have no laws that protect you.
Yeah, and then so
There's a lot of
since
discrimination.
well, it's that our focus is we follow the honor your parents and your yeah honor your parents, like that's that we need to take good care of our parents for all the things that they did when we are young, like like
Yeah. Well, that's the culture, but it is the law, and we are seeing more cases of it
yeah
being tried in court where Filipinas come to America or Belgium or wherever. Husband cuts the parents off, and the parents go complain to the barangay chief, and the barangay chiefs are pressing charges,
so that's why
taking
Western
warrants.
men, before you marry an Asian or Filipina, you should first know her culture. Like
Yeah.
before you marry her, like discuss that if we marry, this is what will happen. Like you need to give her ideas that this is the things that you can offer for her, and this is the things that the woman can offer for you, so that in the when you are together, you know um already, like yeah, I expect these things that will happen
Well,
because you already inform her or inform him from the very beginning of your relationship.
hey, I told her. Well, I mean, I told her straight out. Hey, I make this much money. This much money automatically goes into my savings account. This is what we got. If you blow it, we ain't taking it out of the savings account. We'll go hungry.
Mhm. So it's just two persons talking together about
Yeah.
practical things.
Communication
And
is the key.
key, yeah, communication is the key in order for you to
Key.
have to have a
Ho-
better relationship.
Keyhole.
So, guys,
Keyhole.
I hope you learn a lot about these videos.
If you didn't learn anything, I hope you're triggered and you leave comments.
Yeah, just comment down below.
And have a wonderful day.
I think that's all, guys.
This is our first video.
Yeah, anyway, this is our first
We
video.
have
So,
no hellos and goodbyes.
yeah.
But
Okay, guys, it's time for me to.
it's time for me to go. I'm American, and she's Bisayan Pinay.
Yes. Okay, guys, bye bye.